necklace messed up. Hello, is anybody with me yet? Hello, hello. Merry Christmas, everyone. Hi, Candace and Melissa. How are y'all today? I decided to come on. Hi, Jill. And is Addie watching? Hi, Carrie. I decided to come on today because I need a lot of time to bake something that I'm going to make. And I want to show y'all how to make it. So today being Saturday, I'll have plenty of time for this to bake. I'm not going to leave y'all on while it's baking, but let y'all watch me while we put this together. So today I am going to make my Mama Locker's fruitcake. Well, I guess you could call it my mama's and my mama's. It is something that we have every year. Growing up, my brother Tommy was always allergic to just about everything. He was allergic to flour, he was allergic to eggs, peanut butter, chocolate. Bless his heart, he was just pretty much allergic to everything. So Mama always had to cook for him and for us. He's outgrown a lot of those allergies, so thank goodness he's able to eat a lot of things now that he couldn't growing up. But my brother's birthday is Christmas Eve. So for Christmas Eve birthday, what is going to be your birthday cake when you can't eat flour and you can't eat eggs and you can't eat peanut butter, you can't eat chocolate? Well, it is a flourless fruit cake. That was what was always his birthday cake growing up, and over the years it has become mine and Donnie's favorite cake at Christmas. My mom makes homemade carrot cakes, and they're good, they're delicious, but the fruit cake is ours. Now, this year I'm going solo on this. This is my first time ever to make this solo. Usually my sister and my mother and I get together one day and we put the fruit cake and we bake it, and then we bake the carrot cakes. But Mom has passed these down, so she's passed me the fruit cake, and Jill has got the carrot cake. So Jill, you need to do a video and show us the carrot cake. Alright, so we're going to get started. Now first thing you want to do, this is an angel food pan, a tube pan. And you wrap it very good in aluminum foil. The insert, you want to wrap it up really good with aluminum foil. Hi Sherry, Karen, Patsy, Roger, hey everybody. And then you want to wrap the inside of this cake really good with aluminum foil. I've got my oven preheated to 350. I'm going to put this down in here. So this is how you prep your pan. And then you just want to make sure it's all pressed around very good. Like that. Okay, so the recipe that we use, now it calls for 3 cans of sweetened condensed milk. And I'll post this. You're not going to do a video on the carrot cakes, Jill? I may have to make one and do a video on it. I don't know. I don't usually eat it. I sometimes eat a bite of it, but it's really good if you like carrot cake. But it's just, I like it, but I have to pick and choose. I can't eat it all. Percy says, come on, Jill. Alright, so 3 cans of the sweetened condensed milk. And I'm not going to put them in yet. Alright, so it's 3 cans of sweetened condensed milk, 1 pound of candied cherries, and I'm going to cut them up, and 1 pound of candied pineapples. And it calls for a pound of dates. We don't usually put the whole pound, we put about a half a pound of dates, okay? And Mama's recipe called for 3 cans of Angel Flake coconut. Now Mama, you know, nowadays you usually buy our coconut in a bag. And it's a big bag, like a 14-ounce bag. So Mama usually just puts about a bag and a half of coconut. So my bag was a 14-ounce bag. So it's got a lot of coconut in it. And that's going to make up for some of the dates we don't put in. We're putting extra coconut and less dates. And a pound of chopped nuts, okay? So I should have done this ahead of time, but y'all know me, I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants and decide I'm going to do something. So you can buy the nuts already chopped, but the ones I had bought were real fine, and I don't want mine that fine. Hey, Lucy Hope, Katie. So this is a whole pound, and I'm just going to, well, it would have been good if I'd got my knife out ahead of time, wouldn't it? Thought I did. Maybe I did, I'm just overlooking it. I did. I just put it out of reach. Okay, so we like ours a little not as fine chopped. So we're just gonna go ahead and chop them. I'm gonna kind of separate them out so I can see how big they are. Now the ones that are already chopped they're okay. You can use them. It's no problem. But I like to bite into it and get a good size a good size piece of nut. Thank you, Katie. I decided just to pull this hair up my ponytail. I'll tell ya, it's getting so gray. But I appreciate it, Katie. Thank you. Becky, Connie. Okay, so I hope everybody's having a good Christmas season. It's definitely a different one, but as I said the other day, we've got so much to be thankful for. All right, ooh, let me just slide these over. I started to chop some of this stuff up and have it done, but where's the fun in that, right? Let y'all watch me see if I cut anything besides a nut here. Maybe I won't. I really wanted to turn some Christmas music on and let it be playing as I did this, but I was afraid I'd get sued. You know. Oh, I bet y'all Donnie will come walking in here in a minute. He won't get on camera though. He's outside. Him and Fagan are outside. Everybody got their decorations out. I did a little different outside this year. I usually put a lot of lights out, and I didn't do that yet. But I did put out wreaths and bows. Alright, y'all. I wished I had chopped some of these up. We want a whole pound of these, okay? This probably will take the longest. And you can do, you know, if you want it pretty fine, you can put it in a food processor, but I just like to bite into a good sized piece of pecan. We're going to bake this thing. I've got my oven preheated to 350, and I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to bake it for about 30 or 40 minutes on 350. And then I'm going to cut that temperature down to 250. And then I'm going to let it bake another 4 hours. Keep an eye on it and see how it goes. So it takes a good 5-6 hours to bake it. Here he comes. He don't know I'm doing this. He don't know that I'm videoing here. I'm videoing, hon. We're making a fruit cake today.
I can hear you outside.
Oh, he can hear me outside.
Unless you're like my mom, talking to yourself.
No, I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to Lori and Amy and Katie and Connie and Becky and Jill and I don't even remember who all. Matthew, Roger. Roger joined if he's still on board. He may have bailed on us. Now, this fruit cake is more like a candy, really, than a cake because, as I said, it doesn't have any flour in it. So it's not your traditional floured fruit cake. Katie Turner said, "Hi, Donnie." Hello, he said. Well, Hunt, he's washing his hands if you hear water. He's been helping my brother-in-law skin a deer. I should have had this done. There's Willie Ann. Willie Ann had a birthday the other day, I remember.
Willie Ann Skelton.
Yeah.
She's old.
Oh, Donnie.
She used to be. Her birthday's pretty
Hey,
close.
Miss Pat. Yeah, her birthday's close to yours, Donnie. She had one the other day. Donnie had one the other day. And I had one the other day. All right, y'all. I'm getting there. I'm sorry. I should have had this one.
You need to do a lot of prep work before you start.
Well, when you have your own cooking show, Donnie, you can do it your way.
I do.
All right, I'm getting there, y'all.
Cover everything she knows y'all say.
He's trying to take claim for teaching me how to cook. I don't think so. I don't think so, Donnie. I got most of it from my mom. They're gonna lay down over there in the chair and take a nap, probably.
No.
I bet they can take some nap.
He's ready.
He's been outside a lot today. Alright, there's Martha. Hey, Martha. Okay, so if you're just joining me, I know some of y'all have just kind of signed on. Today I am making my Mama's flourless fruit cake. It has no flour, no eggs. You do bake it, but it has no flour, no eggs. It's more like a candy. And this was my Mama Locker's fruit cake that she made and then my mom made for years and has now passed down to me. And I'm guessing it's probably not going to be as good this year because I don't have her over here telling me how to do it. I ain't got the boss. That's what Donnie says. I haven't got the boss here. Alright, I'm just taking my knife through these nuts to make sure I've got them. They're good and chunky. There's some that are pretty fine, but there's still some that are pretty good size pieces. And that's really how I want them. Okay? So there we go. A pound of nuts. They're pecans. You could probably put walnuts or any other kind of nut that you like, but we use pecans. I'm sure walnuts would be fine if that's what you like. Alright, so next I'm going to move on to the cherries. So these are candied cherries, not the little maraschino cherries or fresh cherries. These are actually candied. They're really sticky. Now, let me go ahead and wipe this off. Now, we always save a few and don't chop them up to put on the top of it for decoration. And we don't put those on yet until it's almost done, and then we go open the oven and we place them on the top. So let me just take about 3 or 4. I got 6. I got 6 I'm going to put to the side. That may be a few more than we usually do. And then I'm just gonna put these out on my board. And get that gooey out
What do
too.
you? Okay.
I mean, I don't want to get that all on my knife. Sometimes these are hard to find. Actually, we found in the last year or so that the pineapple, the candied pineapple, has gotten pretty hard to find. You can find cherries, but sometimes the candied pineapple. Now you want to leave them in pretty good size. So usually I just kind of half them. You don't want these just chopped up tiny. But sometimes you can find the mixed candied fruit, but we don't use that because it has a citrus in it. It has like a green citrusy thing in it, and we don't like that in our fruitcake. So if you like that, you could probably use it, but that's not our recipe. Our recipe just has the candied cherries and the candied pineapple. Now, like I said, the pineapple have gotten kind of hard to find, and so I ordered them online the last time I got mine. And you can also freeze them. If you find them like after Christmas on sale, and if there's any left, sometimes I'll put them on sale for half price, and you can get them and freeze them, and they're just fine next year. That is a trick that we've done. Actually, I'll be honest with you, I bought these last year and froze them. So they've been in the freezer since last year. And we did that last year, and the cake was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. You couldn't tell any difference. And these are expensive. So if you find them on sale half price, that cuts your cake price in half. Almost. That's because you know you're gonna buy your nuts, but you can freeze nuts too. Because nuts will ruin, they will spoil, and you can put them in the freezer if you have too many to eat. So I'm just leaving these pretty good size. Just some of the bigger ones I might cut third them, but some of the smaller ones I'll just half them. I don't want them tiny. Hi Sarah. Hi Melinda, Rita, Vicky. Hi Debbie. All right, so we're getting there. Now when I rake this up, I'm gonna get all this gooey up too. I've got more things coming this week that I'm going to make, things that you can take to your get-togethers, or just have them for yourself at home. That's what we're doing. We're not having any get-togethers. We're just going to eat it ourselves. I'm actually going to, after I make this cake, I'll cut it into chunks and distribute it among the family who wants it. Everybody doesn't like fruitcake, and that's perfectly fine. But we like it, don't we, Donnie? Yep. Alright. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and dump the nuts in. Do what?
I said the older it is, the better.
Yeah. We always make it ahead of time and let it sit because, like Donnie says, the older it is, the better it is. The longer it sits, and the flavors just kind of meld together. All right, so there's the cherries. Now I'm going to do the pineapples, and the same thing. I'm going to save a few of the pineapples, and I forgot to save a few of the pecans whole, but I do have another bag. So if you only got the one bag, take a few of your pecans out, your halves out before you chop them up, and save them because you want to decorate the top of your cake with them. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get these out. Now these are 2 8-pound or 8 ounce. I'm sorry, not 8 pound. 8 ounce containers, and the cherries was a pound container. So you just gotta have a pound, however you find it, either in the big container or not. All right, there we go. Get that in there, and I know I'm gonna get this knife all choppy, all sticky. I mean, but it's all right. It'll wash off on it. Now these, you're just gonna kind of half them as well. I'm gonna try to get it where I can do them. I don't know. That ain't gonna work. Let's just get them. When you cut through this fruit cake, what it looks like is stained glass. That's what you're going for. You want it to look like stained glass. So now you bake it uncovered until you get, kind of close to the end, and then you can cover it. Just kind of keep an eye on it because you don't want it to get too dark on top. And if it starts looking too dark, just cover it. That's going to really depend on your oven and how your oven does. Okay, we're getting there. Okay. And if you've never tried this and you want something different, if you like, it's very rich, it's very sweet, and it only takes a small piece. And I haven't ever tried it to cook it I started to cook it in smaller pans, like loaf pans. I think it would be okay, but this is just what we've always baked ours in. And so I decided I didn't want to venture away from it too much, since it is my first solo time making this cake. I have gotten to where the last several years I've been the main one, but Mama has always kind of been there telling me, cut that a little smaller, or make that a little bigger, or put a little more coconut in it, or something like that. So I will post the recipe later when I post a picture of it. Looks pretty good. I think I got them all. So there goes the pineapple. All right, so let's recap. Right now we've got a pound of chopped pecans, a pound of chopped candied cherries, and a pound of chopped candied pineapple. Of course, my face is itching. My nose is itching, my face is itching, because my hands are just so sticky. Now, these are dates, and these are actually already chopped. Mom used to buy them in a box, and they kind of came out whole. These are already chopped pretty small. I'm going to dump them out just to make sure. It does call for a pound of them, but we don't put the whole pound. We put a half a pound, okay? We're going to modify that. And I'm just going to run my knife through these, because there's just a couple that are a little big. And that's okay. I'll dump those in. Whew, this is a sticky job, y'all. Alright. Now there's the dates. Okay. That's all my chopping. So let me go ahead and move this board out of the way. Take these gloves off and get some not so sticky ones. Get another pair. All right. Hey, Joanne. Yes, Joanne. Okay, so now to the pound of cherries, pound of pineapples, pound of nuts, pound of dates, I'm gonna add my coconut. Now, like I said, my mama always used the Angel Flake coconut in a can, which is really moist. So this was in a bag and it was kind of drier. So I put a little bit of milk on it and let it sit and stirred it around just to moisten it up. I always do that with my coconut cakes or anything when I'm using the coconut, just to moisten your coconut up. So this is a bag and a half. And I'm gonna go ahead and dump that in. Now, I'm gonna just give it a toss. The coconut kind of serves as your binder, the coconut and the nuts, you know, because it does not have any flour in it. There's no flour at all. Of course, I know this milk has got eggs in it, but really, I mean, it doesn't have, that was a big piece of a date. All right, so 3 cans of sweetened condensed milk. It smells so good. And I take one of these little spatulas and really rake this out. You want to clean your can out because you want to get all of that goody in there. Alright. I'm going to turn my bowl around. Put this other one on this side. Y'all, I can just eat this out of the bowl without baking it. It's so good. Whew. Yes, this will run your blood sugar up. So take some extra cinnamon. You know, cinnamon's supposed to be good for your blood sugar. Take some extra cinnamon pills. Take an extra shot. Whatever you gotta do to at least eat a little piece of it. So now I'm just gonna mix it up. And a lot of times I'll use my hands, but I'm gonna try to do it with this. I'll have to get my hands in it in a minute to, y'all, this is really smelling good. And like I said, when you cut into it, it looks like stained glass. I hope it turns out good, especially with it being my first year to. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to go ahead and get my hands into it. I don't know. Maybe I can do it. A lot of times I'll just do it like a meatloaf, you know. Because you want to get everything mixed in. I'm going to look back over my recipe just to make sure that I have not left anything out, okay? 3 cans of sweetened condensed milk, 3 cans of Angel Flake coconut, aka 1.5 bags, 1 pound of candied cherries, 1 pound of candied pineapples, half a pound of candied dates, or dried dates, whatever you want to call them, and 1 pound of pecans. That's it. The oven is heated to 350, and I'm going to bake it on 350 for 30 to 40 minutes. All right. I think it's mixed up good enough. How about y'all? It looks pretty good. Okay, we're gonna go with it. I think it's good. Let's go ahead and get my pan over here. I got it lined with foil. And I'm gonna just dump it in there. And pack it in there. And turn it around. I'm just packing it down to get the air out. I don't want the air caught in there. I want it good and packed in there good and level. What is not to like about this, y'all? Oh man. Alright, let's see if I can get the rest of this in here. Okay, now got it in here. Let's get it all in here even and packed down. We always do this, get it packed down. Because this is gonna be your top. You're gonna take it out and you're gonna peel this foil off of it. And I think I did the foil wrong now that I'm thinking about it. I think I should have put a layer of foil over the top of this so I can lift it out, but it'll work, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, so we take our spatula or our finger. Let me get my finger. And we just kind of press around the edge, kind of make a little indentation around it so that it rounds up, if you know what I'm saying. Yes, I will get some, make sure you get the air out. Okay, so I've gone all the way around it, and I've kind of made a little ridge around it there. Now I'm gonna grab a paper towel and clean this off. Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna make a little bitty dip around it, just to make a cute little ridge. Okay? So now, when I get it out, it'll be kind of rounded. And then what I'll do with the extra cherries and pineapple after it bakes, when it gets close to the end, probably with another hour to 45 minutes, 30 minutes left to bake, I'll position the extra cherries and pineapple and pecans around the top of it just as decoration and let it finish baking. So it's ready right now as it is to go in the oven just like this. So I'm going to put it in there and set my timer to 35 minutes and I'll check it. And if it's ready at that point, I'll turn it down to 250 and bake it another 4 hours and then check it. Well, I'll check it about 3.5 and see how it's doing. So there we go, y'all. That is it. Let me get this in the oven and I can smell it baking all day long. We got our fruitcake on. I hope y'all enjoyed that and I hope you try that fruitcake because like I said, it is different. It is not like the fruitcakes you buy at the store. It has no flour. It has no eggs or anything like that in it. And and it tastes like a big piece of candy. It's so good. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. If you missed it, if you just joined, go back and rewatch it and give it a try. See how your family likes it. Maybe it'll be a new tradition at your house. So thanks for watching. Y'all have a great rest of the day, and I'll be seeing you later. If it gets done in time, I might come back on and let you see it, but I may just post a picture of it with the recipe. So thanks, y'all. Have a good day. Bye-bye.